And John very coldly tells him that his wife was arrested and incinerated for being a sex offender some years ago. DuPont scolds him for it, saying a cleric should be able to tell his own wife is a criminal. Afterward, John looks at a recording of the car and notices Errol acting suspiciously. He goes to look at the records and discovers Errol hasn't been logging any kind of evidence for weeks, including today's book. He decides to return to the Nether to look for him and finds him reading the book inside an abandoned church. When John confronts him, Errol laments that people have lost everything that makes them human, and when John points out that there is no war or murder now, Errol admits that he'd gladly pay the price to make humans feel emotions again. Then Errol tries to reach for his gun, but John is faster and kills him first. Before leaving, he covers Errol's face with the book. Afterward, John meets Brant, who will replace Errol as his partner and expresses his hopes to become as good as John. When John goes home, his son Robbie tells him that he saw a boy crying earlier and wonders if he should inform the authorities, so John says he should. Although they're father and son, Robbie calls John by his name instead of Dad. Later in the evening, a sleeping John dreams of the day his wife was arrested. When the officers stormed into his house, John quickly disarmed two of them, but he stopped fighting as soon as they told him his wife was a sex offender. On her way out, his wife kissed him and asked him not to forget her while their two kids watched. The next morning, while getting ready, John accidentally drops his vial of prosium on the floor and it breaks. When Robbie notices this, he reminds his father to stop by the Equilibrium Center to get a replacement. However, when John arrives at the center, he discovers that it's temporarily closed because of terrorist activity and that people must go to the center in another sector to get their supply. At that moment, Brant comes to pick him up for a mission, so John decides to go with him without telling him about his lack of today's prosium. Then John and Brant go to see a woman named Mary and raid her house. John pushes Mary against the mirror, but he freezes when he's reminded of his wife. Luckily, he recovers fast, and after Brant destroys the mirror because of its artistic frame, the officers demolish a wall to find a room filled with illegal objects. A desperate Mary takes a gun from an officer and aims it at John, so Brant tries to shoot her. However, John stops him, saying they can use her to get information.